For me, I teach a boys stretch and contemporary class, and it's actually just like hanging out with a bunch of friends. We're all really good buddies, and teaching has been an amazing experience just to mentor and compel other guys to get into contemporary and physical fitness.
It's incredible that we were able to show them and teach them how to do something that's maybe out of their comfort zone, or maybe something that they're not used to doing, and that we make them do it, and they come out of it and they love it, which is really surprising, and it's really cool because it shows how much they care and how much how important it is to them, and how it mirrors how important it is for me as a teacher to teach such talented young boys how to do a new style, as well as seeing them perform on stage in front of a large audience twice. It was really cool to see them dance. I was really proud of them. They're really good.
I teach kindergarten and grade 2-3 hip hop, and seeing the kindergartners, especially, they're so full of life and they're so willing to learn, and just seeing them every day come in and be excited to dance and just be free to be their own thing. And there's people coming up to me choreographing their own dances, and I get to see that, and it's just so fulfilling. And then when they're confident in going on stage and what they're doing, and then wanting to get those higher levels and looking up to the people and growing in themselves is it's just so fulfilling to see as a teacher.
When I was 4, I went to the play Aladdin, and it was so good that I decided to come and dance at KaRAR. And I've been dancing for so many years now, and I've been so excited because I have been asked to be a bear triplet. And it's so much fun doing rehearsal, seeing so many friendly faces.
It has been involved with KaRAR for probably about 7 years now. I have 2 older ones, including myself, who are in the production, and I have 2 younger ones who are in the recital program, and looking really forward to moving on up to the production themselves.
What I'm most proud of at KaRAR is the big production that we put on at the end of the year. I think it's pretty incredible what all the students come together to perform for the community.
One of the things that I'm most proud of about being a student, first of all, is just the fact that I see around me all my peers, as all the students that I'm working with for the productions. They're we're all growing alongside each other. We're all growing together as a big family. And
so I guess any production that we develop sort of always starts at the grassroots level of getting key instructors and teachers together. We watch different shows, we read different scripts, and we kind of discuss, again, what works good for our student body and what we feel inspired to do. We take the script and we write it to suit our studio. There is no script you can buy that suits our studio, because we have so many dances that they have to tell the story as well. And so that's then where we go to the teachers and we say, okay, these are all your classes that you teach, and this is the set are the part of the script that you are in, and this is the scene that's around your piece. Here are a couple song options, and then we allow teachers to just roll with it inside their classes. So if they know what they're supposed to be communicating, it's such a powerful thing actually, because no one micromanages our teachers, and yet every single year somehow our teachers manage to totally hit the nail on the head. Auditions, I guess they've sort of changed over the years and have developed and expanded over the years based on what we're going to be doing. We've, I think, made them a little more challenging and a little harder, which is good. I think the audition process is really a good experience for any performer to have. So once we have all that in place, we start rehearsals. And because our week is so full of our regular classes, whether they're production or recital classes, we have to fit the majority of our preparation for this on Saturdays. So we start usually December, and we start all day rehearsals into the evening, blocking our scenes, running our scenes. Simultaneously, of course, props and sets and costumes are all being created, sewn, ordered, built. That's all happening, and bit by bit we start to see pieces coming into the studio, and people get really excited about that. And it's cool because even though there's only 2 or 3 people who are part of the bear, everybody is excited about the bear. Everybody's excited about Ursula's tentacles, or it's a real sort of group atmosphere. And then once we delve all the way through our main rehearsals, then we start getting into larger scale rehearsals. We rent larger spaces like in the gym and start to have more sets and bring it together. I guess our real, pull everything together rehearsals, we don't get to have those till we get to the theater just a few days before our shows. So that's always exciting and challenging and exciting. All those things, those two things together. So I think every year I strive to create more intricate, more complex storylines, more complex characters, so that we build a reputation of shows that get better each year. They don't.
So I was asked to talk about what kind of positive changes that I've seen in Bela. And I can tell you that I've seen nothing less than fantastic things. My daughter has grown so much. She's gained a huge amount of confidence, agility. She spends more time now on her hands than she does on her feet. She has grabbed such a huge amount of friends, and those friends have expanded to other friends and sleepovers and everything else.
With KaRAR, there's a lot of a sense of a family, and there's a lot of involvement, and you really feel yourself being a part of a bigger thing. Whereas with other performances, big productions I've been in, you're really just one of a large group, and you don't necessarily feel quite that involved, that important as you do with a KaRAR production.
I enjoy coming to KaRAR because it's a very open and welcoming place, and I feel I can be myself there and not be embarrassed to show who I really am. And when I first came to KaRAR, I looked up to a lot of the older students, not just because they were better dancers than me, but they seemed like really nice people. And now that I'm older, I think some kids look up to me.
So along with being a student at KaRAR, I also had the opportunity to be a teacher, and just having that opportunity to teach kids and learn with kids and play with kids and interact with kids, that really helped influence my decision to enroll in the Bachelor of Child and Youth Care program at MacEwan this last year, and I've absolutely loved it. It's been such a great experience for me. I've been getting really good grades. I have a GPA of 4.0, so I'm really proud of that as well. So I don't know, just being able to be involved in KaRAR the way that I was really helped unveil that passion that I had. So
the overall experience as an actor and a dancer have just helped me to grow more in those fields and really reach higher levels that I didn't know that I could reach. The years of just massive, large-scale productions that require lots of involvement and you to really be dedicated to it, I feel like I've grown more in my ability to commit and show that side of myself through these.
I think KaRAR has been a great opportunity for my family and myself and my children. It provides a lot of great skills that they learn to develop. First, the most obvious one is your physical. Dance is very aerobic. You learn a lot of balance and strength. I think it's a great opportunity to develop just your physical activity. It's also just the cognitive thinking, learning all these dances. I myself only have to learn one dance, whereas a lot of these kids are learning 5, 6, 7 dances, and to learn all these, it takes up a lot of your brain power. So I think that's a great thing too. Also, just the socialization. The kids get together. It is a team sport. You have to be able to work with the other classmates and dance together. You've kind of got to learn to communicate with another, so it's great socialization. It's lots of fun, there's lots of laughs, and also just, you know, personal awareness. You learn how creative you can be, and you get a chance just to kind of let it all out on stage. I have a son myself who was really shy and really quiet, and he got up on stage and I was like, who is this kid? Like, he was out there dancing and he was actually, like, he was amazing, and I never had thought that he could give that to the audience, and he did, and he has really grown and he has the courage and he's really brave, and I just see that in all my kids. Being on stage is a hard thing, but if they can learn at such a young age that it's not so scary, I think it teaches them a lot.
The studio has probably a huge impact on the Stony Plain / Spruce Grove society due to us being such a welcoming program. We accept anybody who wants to come learn, anyone who wants to have fun. We bring people in and we teach them and we include them as one of our own.
This studio for me, I've seen such a progression with myself with the studio. I've been with the studio for, gosh, it's been 5 years. When I came here, I was a shy little girl. I didn't know, what to expect. Everybody was really friendly and really brought me in under their arms. There was really a family feel about this studio, which I had never felt in another studio before. So this studio it's brought a lot of confidence to me, which is really what progressed me into teaching. So I went from a student to a teacher, and I felt like a role of, now I have to pass this along to people, and I have to help contribute to this feeling of community. It's been a great progression. So the other thing, this studio is so much a family. Recently getting married, I had to have my students come and dance for my guests at my wedding to show how important that this family has been for me.
From the studio, I've definitely met a whole bunch of positive role models, and they've taught me some pretty good life lessons, and they're great people to look up to.
Well, Erica's been dancing with KaRAR for, I think this is her 4th year, and she's told me more than one time that KaRAR is like a second home to her, and she's definitely made some more friends outside of other school activities, so it's wonderful that she can broaden her horizon. And in watching her participate in all that, her brother has seen her and the other kids perform on stage, and his eyes lit up, and following year he joined hip hop, and he had an amazing time doing that. And since then he has done contemporary strength with the older boys, and I think he sees them as a wonderful role model. I certainly do as a mother, seeing him participate in it and enjoying himself. And from that extension, I myself have joined adult hip hop, and I'm loving it. I've made more friends. We've only lived in Stony Plain for about 4 years, So my group of friends has gotten bigger, partly due to going to KaRAR. It's exercise, it's just a wonderful time, and it's more confidence in all three of us in dancing and just dealing with people on a day-to-day basis, and we're having a wonderful time with it.
What has KaRAR done for the community was the other question that I was asked, and you know what? It's incredible to see the positive influence that KaRAR has had on the community. This small hole-in-the-wall studio has brightened the lives of numerous kids. I've seen so many positive bloom as a result in attendance of this studio. And you know what? If you would have seen last year's float that was put into the Farmers' Day Parade, and you would have seen the enthusiasm the crowd had towards the kids, you wouldn't have had to ask that question. You could see what the studio has done for the community. You know, when you get a group of those kids together, each one is an individual. Nobody's isolated, nobody is put to the side, everybody is grouped together. It's fantastic. And what they do every year for this huge production is fantastic.